feeling though? We're like, man, we just left our guy. All right. You've been around here for some time, and I hate to tell you this, but 2009 is the last time the Colts started off 2-0. That being said, just give me your level of sense of urgency trying to put some wins together here to start this season.
Oh, it's extremely high. Been in this league long enough to understand that nobody really remembers what happened in week one. The same way for the past 7 years, we came here not trying to overreact to a loss. We're not going to overreact to a win. Coach Shane has been preaching since the spring about the daily process, about getting better and focus on being the best version of ourselves every single day. I think it's no more true than today and this week. Can't overreact to anything. Just got to keep trusting the process, keep getting better.
Did you learn anything new about this defensive group now that you've played a game?
Man, obviously I know we had playmakers. I knew Cam was that type of person. He's proven that in this league. Obviously, we've all witnessed Kenny do amazing things before, and obviously Nick and Lott too. He's pretty much almost made that play at least 3 or 4 times already. So, I think this group is just scratching the surface. Hear me when I say this. I think we about at 70%. Man, we got a lot further to go. A ton of things to clean up from Sunday. So just looking forward to continue to grow and improve.
So what's the total Cam Brown?
Yeah, no question. Cam, man, he's definitely, just grown and improved. I mean, he's fast, he's physical, he's athletic, he likes to run and hit. And it's fun playing out there. I always tease him because he's a Naptown kid. I think I might pull up the Lawrence. I'm telling him I might pull up the Lawrence and Warren Gain this week. So, but Kansas, he's put in a lot of work to earn his opportunity to be out there. Made a couple plays out there too. So, looking forward to seeing him continue to grow.
I had asked DJ about watching from afar the defense, and he just had a lot of praise for you guys. But you've been a defensive player, seeing that offense did 7 straight possessions, scoring points. What was that like watching that from afar?
Man, it was it was different. I'll say that. Last year we talked a lot about complementary football and playing together as a team. Even in some of our wins, I don't think we played as well as a team. But the points off of turnovers, the time of possession, those are sometimes the stats that are overlooked that I think really make the difference in the game. And credit to DJ, credit to the offense for not only capitalizing on opportunities, but also controlling the game and controlling the clock, keeping us refreshed and getting into that defense all game.
Zaire Broncos, you got to look at them last year. What are your thoughts on them as an offense?
Obviously, it's a talented team. Bo Nix is extremely capable as a quarterback. I got a lot of respect for Sean Payton as a head coach and as a play caller. And Courtney Sutton has been a good player in this league for a long time. So we definitely got our hands full, but I'm looking forward to the challenge.
You're talking about playing complementary football. Like the starters on defense only like 38 snaps
Right.
before you got out of there.
Right.
That's such a low number. I mean, is that just a sign though like that complementary football comes to fruition?
Yeah, no question. I mean, we had some games last year. I had 38 snaps in the first half. So that was just, like I said, that's just a credit to the growth on defense and on offense. Us getting off the field with turnovers and third down, and offense, winning on third down and taking care of the ball. So.
When you look at Denver's defense, what kind of strikes you?
It's an aggressive defense scheme-wise. I think they want to bring pressure and heat you up, and then personnel is really good. They got good pass rushers, good guys in the secondary. It's a strong group.
What about your offensive line's performance this past week? You knew what you were facing up front in Miami, and then what were your reflections on how they performed?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was outstanding start to finish in the pass game and the run game. Throughout, I thought they played at an extremely high level against a good front, like you said. Good edge rushers, good guys inside, and protection was really solid all day. And then the run game, there was gaps for our guys to run through all day too. So yeah, hats off to them. They played a great game.
Shane mentioned Tyler's feel for the game is one of the reasons why he's able to produce at that level. How have you seen that kind of manifest over time?
I mean, I think he, a lot of that's natural. I think he's had that since he got here in the spring. I think you saw that, and just his feel for space on the field, where guys are, how to get open, looks that you might not always talk about or detail, because you haven't seen him before, whatever the reason, and he can, figure it out on the fly and seems to do the right thing most of the time. So I think a lot of that's natural, but he's just a good football player.
Dan, you guys did so many good things week one. How do you balance appreciating what happened last week, but also knowing it's still a long season left ahead here?
Yeah, I think we appreciate it and look at it. Winning is hard in this league, and you have really a day to do that. And once we're at this point in the week on Wednesday, it's all about this this coming week and preparing to play our best game this weekend. So we know that. I think everyone on this team knows that it's one game, and in the NFL, it's a week-to-week league. You got to play well every week, and everyone here knows that. I think focus has been good today. We'll be ready to go.
Daniel, coming out of that game, how did you learn? What did you learn about how unselfish the weapons around you are?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I've said, we got a lot of guys who can make plays, and I think week to week, just the way games work out, some guys are going to get more touches than others, and I think that these guys want to win. Everyone on the field wants to win, and wants to score points. So I think that's what's most important to all of us, and you could see that on Sunday. But guys are going to get their chances as we get going, and they know we have a lot of guys who can make plays too.
Yeah, what makes a good QB sneak? Shane mentioned that you might be like third all time currently among active QBs or whatever. But what do you think is the key to getting that 1 yard punt?
Well, I think it starts with the guys up front moving guys out of the way. I think that's the biggest thing you're relying on is some space created from those guys, and thought they did a good job on Sunday with that. And then I think it's just recognizing the space in the front and where you can get through.
For you were the first quarterback this century to lead his team to points on every single drive in a game. Were you aware of that? And so, what does that mean? You think?
I've heard it since the game. I think it just speaks to our offense. I mean, the consistency of our execution. We were able to sustain drives. I think when you're doing that, you're throwing the ball efficiently. You got explosive plays. You're running the ball well. You're controlling the line of scrimmage. I think it's just a credit to that. So I think that's certainly without a doubt an offensive stat, a group stat.
For you personally, though, how good does it feel to get this one game, get this one game out of the way now? Now you can kind of focus in here. You know what you got from your offense. But for you personally, how good was it to get this one game out of the way here?
Yeah, I think week one for everyone is, you're looking forward to it for a long time. Since the end of the season, and certainly for me, since the end of I didn't play at the end of last season, so it was a long time looking forward to this opportunity. And I think once you have that, you move on, and it's it's week to week. This is the NFL, so you got to put that behind you and prepare this week. Learn from what you didn't do as well, improve on that going into this week. And I think we're all kind of in that mindset.
You mentioned the playmakers around you. How specifically can you help them maximize what they can do after the catch on Sunday? Is that just a timing thing, or is there more to it?
Yeah, I think timing's critical. I think being on the same page a lot of times in zone coverage, it's where's the spot with the most separation, how to turn, how to get upfield. I think throwing the ball accurately and trying to give them chances to do that. I think all those things are key in when you're maximizing the run after catch plays. I think in man coverage, there's a lot of stuff on the move and keeping guys running, keeping their speed and giving them chances to do that. But
and how big a part of Tyler's game is that specifically?
I think it's a really big part of it. I think you saw it in college. I think I think that awareness and instinct for people where they are, getting upfield, drop step, all that kind of stuff where there's extra yards hidden in there.
We talked so much about the offense and the success you guys had, but from a quarterback watching from afar the defense, what did that do for yourself and the guys around you, knowing this defense has been able to deliver here what they did last week on Sunday?
Yeah, that makes our job that much easier. When you have 2 turnovers in the first, I don't know how many plays they ran, but it was quick. We get short fields and opportunities to punch it in, and that makes a tremendous difference. Our defense was stout all day and made a lot of big plays. So, it's on us to capitalize when they do that. So, as an offense, it's fun to see that, and you got to take advantage of it.
Daniel, a few of the guys
Well, I guess I've heard that for a little bit now, but it's not something I'll ever push or encourage myself. But I don't really care.
I mean, it sounds like a great T-shirt to me, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll make T-shirts. But.
You know how hard it is to win in this league. Chance to get 2 in a row here. Give me your thoughts on your approach as you get ready for this tough matchup against Denver on Sunday.
It's a home game. You want to win all the, you want to have that advantage at home. It's a great week to play the Broncos.
How much does how you look like you're doing the all whites this weekend? Like we've heard the expression
all
before.
white jerseys.
Yeah, the whole white. Like how much does look good, feel good, do good? Is that something that you kind of aspire to? Like that you need to look good?
Yeah, that's first thing first. I got to look good because that's how I feel good about what I play. So I didn't know that, but it's good to know now. So we got to make sure we're looking good with the all white uniforms. But it's all a swagger type thing, confidence type thing. It has to flow throughout your play, you know what I mean? So as we get the season going, we want to be our best. When we get later on in the season, but we're trying to build momentum now to get there.
Yeah, how important is it to get back-to-back games here? Defense was outstanding week 1, but to carry it over besides just doing it 1 week.
I mean, it's very important to win the home games. Obviously having back-to-back home games, you want to take care of your territory first and foremost, and then we'll carry that on the road. It's a week-to-week league, though. You are as good as your last performance. So our performance is now on Denver, and so right now we've got a Wednesday practice, and we just want to build the momentum, build the confidence right now to be able to go out and correlate it to the game.
What you saw last week from your guys defensively, what stood out to you about just impressed you the most from what you saw the guys out there on the field with you?
Honestly, it was the preparation. I'm a big practice guy, so I think you can feel the energy, you can feel the momentum going into the game, and you just want to have that undeniable feeling whenever you walk out there in Lucas Oil. So I think that's where all the confidence, that's where the strength starts at in practice. So the way we attack practice, the way we approach the game here throughout the week, that's how we're able to win on Sunday.
Kenny, with Mooney in concussion protocol and Jalen out for a little while, how do you encourage everyone else in the cornerback room? Hey, everyone has to be ready.
I think the coaches do a really good job at making sure that we're all clued in and ready to go. So it's not really a communication that has to be done. I think we all signed up for this job. We all know what goes into it. Being a 100% at risk job. So everybody is clued in and ready to go. There's no hiccups. It can't be anybody flinching.
Okay. Tyler, such a great performance for you guys last week against Miami. How important is it for you guys to carry that over and not, and try to keep this thing rolling here?
Yeah, I think it's a great start to be able to build on it, and then having a great week of practice, building off that momentum will be big, going into this next game.
Tyler, Shane talked about your feel for the game and how that kind of helps you obviously make some plays, but how much of that is feel versus also just knowing what to do and studying the playbook?
Yeah, I think it's both. I think we have a lot of good players on offense, out there with me, so it makes it easier to do stuff. And Daniel's been doing a great job of giving us the right passes and all that, so it's been good. And I think it's been flowing well as an offense.
How great does it feel to be on an offense like this, where there are something, I think, 9 different players had catches? I mean, talk about that and just how cool an experience is that, having that opportunity to have so many great guys around you?
Yeah, I think it is only going to help us as an offense. It helps Daniel having a bunch of different options, and it kind of helps us be able to, you can't double everybody, right? There's a bunch of guys that I think deserve a double team and deserve some attention, but you can't, give it to everybody, so it helps out, everybody on the offense.
When you have all those guys, though, those guys got to be unselfish. Like, what have you learned about the unselfishness of the other guys around you?
Yeah, I think that's kind of, the nature of football, right? It takes 11 guys on offense, and it's going to, be spread around. You're going to have to do, dirty jobs as well as catch passes and stuff like that. So I think that's kind of what we understand as an offense and how we approach it.
Tyler, how does Daniel kind of set you and the other guys up for maybe making plays after the catch?
Yeah, I think
whether it's timing or whatever.
Yeah, I think timing's one, putting, giving a runner's ball, right, where when you catch it, you're not slowing down your feet, you're just catching it in stride, stuff like that. I think he does a really good job of that.
After watching the tape, what do you feel like contributed to your success in this offense at large?
Yeah, I think we had a good game plan going into it, and I think we executed the plays when we had the looks that we wanted, right? So So we got in the right plays when we had the looks and executed those plays versus the looks that we wanted, which helps us out a lot on offense.
What about you personally? What prepared you?
Yeah, kind of the same thing. Knowing the looks, and then obviously preparing on my own, making sure I am prepared when I different looks, what I need to do on different plays, stuff like that.
Big game Sunday. First experience for you in Lucas Oil Stadium. Give me your thoughts on just what that experience was like for you in Lucas Oil Stadium with the crowd, and the support you have from fans.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Actually playing a real game with the team and having that one goal, and they got great energy in that stadium, and it was good to be back in there, and it was a lot of fun.
Tyler, you're no stranger to whiteout games, being from Penn State. Not sure if you knew yet or not. Whiteout game for you guys on Sunday. Excited about it?
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing until yesterday is when I found out. That's like you said, I've played in whiteouts before, so it'll be really, really cool and fun to be able to play in an atmosphere like that again.